You get bored faster than you think. Take away your phone for 10 minutes, and suddenly time starts moving slower. Your brain starts searching for something, anything. But thousands of years ago, humans lived differently. No internet, no videos, no endless scrolling, and somehow, they almost never got bored because every small thing mattered. A sound in the distance, a broken branch, something moved, something changed, and your attention stayed alive. Even silence felt different. Fire moved, wind moved, clouds moved. The world was never standing still. Every shadow could become a story. Every path could become an adventure, and nobody knew what tomorrow looked like. Now compare that to sitting and waiting. Maybe boredom isn't natural. Maybe our world became too predictable. You already know what happens tomorrow. Wake up, check your phone, scroll and scroll again. And after a few minutes, you want something new. Not because life became boring, but because your brain stopped noticing. Imagine showing this life to an ancient human. They would probably think, nothing is happening. But for ancient humans, everything could become interesting. A cloud, a sound, a moving shadow. Your brain had to pay attention because missing one detail could change your whole day. And suddenly, the boredom disappears. Ancient humans couldn't turn their brains off because everything around them mattered. A sound could mean food or danger. You had to look closer, listen carefully, notice tiny changes because every detail could matter and your brain stayed awake. That is where boredom starts to disappear. Think about hunting. You don't know where the animal is. You don't know how far it went. You don't even know if it is dangerous. Every moment becomes a question. Every answer creates another question, and your attention never rests. That doesn't feel like boredom. That feels like exploration, and that changes everything. Now imagine doing that every day. Every morning starts with uncertainty. You don't know what you will find. Maybe food, maybe danger, maybe nothing, but your brain keeps searching because searching feels rewarding even before finding anything, and modern life rarely gives us that. Modern life gives answers too quickly. Ancient life gave questions. Where should we go? What made that sound? What is behind that hill? Curiosity kept the mind alive, and boredom had less space to grow. Not because life was easier. Actually, it was much harder, but it was rarely predictable. Your brain loves unfinished things. Questions keep attention alive. Ancient humans lived inside questions. Modern life removes them. You already know tomorrow. Wake up, same routine, same apps, same rewards, and the brain stops exploring. Imagine giving a smartphone to an ancient human. At first, it would feel magical. Unlimited stories, unlimited answers, unlimited entertainment, but after enough time, something strange would happen. The mystery would disappear. Boredom doesn't appear from emptiness. It appears when nothing surprises you, when the next moment feels obvious. Ancient humans didn't have that luxury. Every step could change the day. Every sound meant possibility. Every shadow meant attention. And attention creates meaning. Meaning creates engagement. And engagement pushes boredom away. This is why children rarely get bored, because everything still feels new. A rock becomes a treasure. A stick becomes a sword. A path becomes an adventure. Ancient humans never fully lost that. Their world stayed alive, not because they had more, but because they noticed more. And maybe we forgot how, but the ability never disappeared. Your brain still wants mystery. It still wants discovery. It still wants uncertainty. That feeling never left. We just stopped feeding it. We replaced questions with fast answers, and answers end attention. Questions keep it alive. So how do you get it back? Not by escaping modern life, but by changing attention. Look at things slower. Notice details again. Walk without checking your phone. Leave one question unanswered. Let curiosity stay longer. Your brain remembers faster than you think because it was built for this. Maybe nothing changed around you. Maybe only the way you look changed. Ancient humans weren't seeing more. They were noticing more. And maybe that's the difference. Not more things, more attention, not more entertainment, more curiosity. That changes the entire experience. So maybe boredom isn't the enemy. me. Maybe it is a signal that your attention fell asleep and your brain wants to wake up again, not with more content, but with more uncertainty, more questions, more noticing, more moments that feel alive. That is what ancient humans had, and maybe we can still return, not to caves, not to hunting, but to the way they looked at the world. Look longer, ask one more question, stay curious a little longer, notice what you usually ignore. You might be surprised. How much is still there? Maybe the world never became boring. Maybe we became too fast, too distracted, too busy to notice. Ancient humans had less, but they looked longer. And maybe that's enough to make life feel alive again. Not more stimulation, just more attention. Try something tomorrow. Leave your phone for 10 minutes. Go outside. Don't search for entertainment. Search for details. Look at the clouds. Listen to sounds. Notice something small. Stay there a little longer, and you'll understand the world is still interesting. Your brain still works the same way. You didn't lose curiosity. You just stopped using it, and maybe today changes that. Maybe after this video, you'll notice something small and stop for a second and remember something. Life was never empty. Maybe ancient humans were not less bored. Maybe they simply noticed more, and maybe we can do the same. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, look around. There are more details than you think, more stories, more life, and maybe that feeling never disappeared. Maybe it was waiting for you to slow down, waiting for you to notice, waiting for one quiet moment, because attention changes everything. The same world, different eyes, different experience. That is all ancient humans had, and maybe that is enough. Not more things, not more content, just more attention. Look at one thing, stay with it, notice one more detail and one more, and suddenly the world feels different. Not because the world changed, because you did. Maybe ancient humans never escaped boredom. Maybe they just stayed curious, and maybe you still can.